Good morning, everybody. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood here. Just wanted to make a quick video. Love making videos. I'm driving. Such a hazard. But, yeah, I just wanted to talk about, a couple things. One being criticism. And, the other day, if you know me personally, see, like, I got into a little issue with a buddy of mine over something so nonsensical about sports predictions, which is so ironic because that's like literally I could honestly care less. I talk about some books too. I was listening to Dan Sullivan and Hardy's book. What is it? Gap in the Gain. Phenomenal book. This was like about a year and a half ago. And he talks about the real cost of your television set. And listening to that, I canceled my cable immediately. I stopped watching basically like national news, really all news, and sports, like immediately. And people thought I was crazy for that, but it's really great to not even waste a second thinking about nonsensical issues. But so the point there is I haven't watched the Celtics game in over a year and a half. But when he whatever difference of opinion came up, and then he started basically raging out on me. This guy missed the book of the month club. He's making all these videos. He thinks he's Tony Robbins of Fall River, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, all this stuff. His voice was raised and cracking. It seemed like a little unhinged, and I could tell it was it's funny. Ironically, I have learned a lot from Tony Robbins over the years, and it was like textbook suffering mindset. So I was able to realize it immediately. But just on, I've said a lot about cliches, kind of my love and hate relationship with them is there's a lot of truth to them. But if, criticism itself will come as you start doing more stuff, pushing more limits and whatnot. That's what's happening with me right now. And also, coming with doing more, I get more supporters too. So I'm not, I could see if it was all criticism, maybe you think, hey, maybe you're the crazy one if the whole world is wrong and you're the only one who's right, which ironically is kind of what was going on in that first situation. But yeah, so like I said, if you're not being criticized, you'll obviously, and this isn't a newsflash, people should know this by now, if you're not being criticized, you're not probably doing enough. But on the topic, again, just like an update too on the acquisition thing, I'm going to be closing on the loan, which is great, but a lot of stressful stuff going on. But and I was thinking about it, and it's it's a private loan, borrowing 6 figures without even so much as a credit application. Nobody wants to know my credit score or anything like that. It is 750, but not that's again, who cares about that? But to have the ability to borrow money, I never even knew that existed. To just borrow money privately from people. I come from the projects. It's not like I had any rich friends that were rushing to lend me money or anything. But where did I learn that from? Surprise, surprise. Books, seminars, all, education outside of how it's, conventionally thought of, like going to school, going to college. And again, it's weird that you didn't learn any of that in traditional education. And again, I've said numerous times, that's not a coincidence. But it's ironic that, I'm getting flamed over something that's actually helping me. And then the other side is, when you do learn stuff and you do become successful, I heard Wes Watson talk about this. What are you going to do? You most people keep that to themselves. You know what I mean? They don't spread that. Even in the age of social media, they don't kind of give away a lot of the stuff they learn. And again, this little deal I'm doing, it's funny. I always talk about, I straddle this line where, some of my friends and people I follow, they're so light years ahead of me. They probably think what I'm doing is a waste of time. But then, I also have people like from the areas I come up from, and to show them the stuff that I'm learning basically from all these other people. It's impacted people's lives, and and I hope to continue to do that. Even with the acquisition, when we open it up, I want to have a little library with more books, and people could come in and kind of, even in like 5-10 minutes, sometimes you can open up, if it's the right book, and it'll change your life. So yeah, it's all about, again, just trying to help people, and I'm very thankful. And again, not everyone's going to agree with what you're doing, but that's just kind of part of it. You know what I mean? It comes with the territory. But hopefully, again, we can close this thing out and move on to the next chapter. One other thing too, because I saw a buddy of mine, Josh Wilson, was saying, like, he kind of ran into an issue. He took like a bad hit or whatever. But again, at the same time, he was like securing this other deal, which was really profitable for him. And he just mentioned about real estate, being able to use his real estate, obviously to position himself to be able to get into the businesses he's getting into now. And it's funny because that's kind of what I'm doing too. Like, we bought this property that I'm using as collateral in 2018. Never dreamed it would be used, down the road to help me acquire a business. But you just don't know. And again, I'm thankful for all the people I've learned from over the years who have kind of, just taught me these moves, where again, a lot of people wouldn't see this as an earth-shattering thing, but for me, it was completely life-changing. And there's a lot of people that I know that, they came from the same boat as me. They weren't given, and you don't have to be destitute, coming from the projects or whatever, just a normal person being told, go to school, go to college, get a job for 40 years. You're never told about this stuff. And again, I do think it's intentional. But just to wrap it up, you got to stay learning. You're going to get criticized as you do more. You become more successful, and that just kind of comes with the territory. Stoicism is awesome. Another thing I've learned from books is, Ryan Holiday's got a bunch of them. Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, like that kind of helps you too, just cope with when things are getting a little crazy. Not from comments, but your life's getting more stressful and whatnot. And you just know at the end of the day that you'll be able to deal with any outcome that happens, and it's a huge comforting feeling. Jen and I were talking about that yesterday. But that's it for today. Wish everybody, hopefully somebody got something from that, but wish everybody has a great day. Peace.